Hey bio peeps, it's Mrs. Shannon here, and what I'm going to do is go through the assignment that you're going to be opening on, I think it's the 27th tomorrow, 27th, Monday the 27th. When you log into Power School and you go to class pages and you open up your assignment, you're going to see another module similar to the molecular genetics one, where it's a self-paced kind of tutorial on it. So I'm going to walk you through just an overview of the assignment. I'm expecting you guys to spend about 5 class periods on it, minus the research project at the end. So this should take you Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of this week, and then Monday and Wednesday of next week. So let me just show you the expectations while you're doing this here. And here we go with the due date. It says due date May 6th, so that should be the Wednesday that I was telling you about, okay? To begin with, you're going to kind of engage with the assignment. We're going to start off with just kind of an activator here. You're going to watch this little video. It's from National Geographic. And then step 2, you're going to look at people that are related in your household, whether it's you or whether it's other people that are related. And if you don't have anyone in your house right now, think of people that you do know that are related and identify traits that are different and traits that are the same. Notice it says type answer here, so guess what I expect you to do there. So that's just to start us off. Just a little review of what we have learned. There's 3 things I want you to understand that build into what you're learning about now. A review here. Mutations are the source of new genes, new DNA. Thanks to that little mutation, whatever kind of mutation it is, there was a switch up in the base there. And because of it, it introduces new traits or variations, or the possibility of, unless it's a silent mutation. So every new trait stems from mutations. However, meiosis or meiosis, however you want to say it, tomato, tomato, increases the variation in a population. This is the process that forms the gametes, and it allows for increased variation because it shuffles the DNA and genes. And so now that we have a new trait or a new gene there because of the DNA mutation, not only is it there, but it's going to get shuffled and mixed up as it's passed on to the offspring through crossing over, independent assortment, and segregation. Also fertilization, because you're getting half from mom and half from dad. Offspring receive half chromosomes from mom and half from the dad, so that is the fertilization part, which means more shuffling of combinations and variations. So mutations introduce new genes or possibility of new traits, and then meiosis and fertilization here increase the variation by shuffling these traits around. Okay, so that's the big ideas that you should bring into this from the last little unit. To start us off with, you're going to do a simulation. It's in what's called the Explore Learning site. I don't think we've used it this year. There is directions on how to enter it. I don't think I put your class code here, so I'm going to have to put it down. I have to actually look it up, but I want to show you here. When you go into this, you'll see what your class code is, because I'm just going to go through and type it. But you'll have to go to log in, enroll. Okay, you're going to enter a class code right here, and then you're going to be prompted to create a username and password. Save it, because we'll probably do one more of these. And then you are going to go through like a computer simulation. It will give you directions. At the end, I'm just going to go through my way here, just so I can show you. But at the end, there are challenge questions. Okay. So at the end, there will be assessment questions. You need to answer these assessment questions, and you're going to submit a screenshot. And that screenshot is going to go right in this box. It doesn't have to be even, but somewhere over here. Okay. Now the deal is, though, to do this, it will be a heck of a lot easier, especially to do the assessment, if you take notes as you go along. I've included this student sheet. Since we're not doing this in class, I'm not going to collect this for a grade, but this will go through some of the vocabulary that it's going to be introducing you to. It's going to talk about hybrids. It's going to have you experiment. And so this is a good layout to take notes if you would like. Pardon me. But if you just want to use paper and pen, that's fine too. Just if there's a new word that you haven't come across, please take notes on what it is. So this is where you're going to explore, and some of you will catch on really quickly. Some of you are going to be like, what the heck am I doing? And you'll get through it. You'll take the assessment, but you won't know what you did. And that's okay, because this is just to kind of get you going. The real explanation then is coming from teaching. I'm not going to be in class to teach you. So what I'm doing is I've sort of broken what we normally would be doing with inheritance into 4 different topics. An introduction to some of these vocabulary terms and what we call Mendelian inheritance, because Mendel is sort of the godfather, so to say, of discovering these inheritance patterns when he studied peas, because he was a monk, and he spent a lot of time gardening and observing and seeing what happened when he crossed different peas and the traits that he got. So it will talk a little bit about that. The second one is Punnett squares, which is a tool. So here's concept. This is a tool that is used to predict ratios or percentages of offspring that will have certain traits. Now, there's other types of inheritance that goes beyond Mendel's. Not everything lines up nice and neat and fits patterns that he found out. And so there's complex inheritance or non-Mendelian inheritance patterns. And then there's another tool that you're going to see. It's called a pedigree. We use it a lot with humans, but we can use it with other organisms too. But it's a way to track different disorders or different alleles or different traits through generations. And we can predict if offspring will have a certain trait using this type of tool as well. So I have 2 tools and then 2 concepts here. Now, for each of these, you can choose how you want to learn about it. Okay, all of choice 1 for all of them are Amoeba Sisters, because they're my absolute fave. I'm still jealous that they beat me to making these videos. But if you want to do a video but you're sick of Amoeba Sisters, then you can come to choice 2. They kind of vary. We have Khan Academy, we have Bozeman, and we have CK12, which is our textbook. Okay. So if you don't want to watch a video, you like reading to find information, then you can go to step 3, the reading option. Now, just to remind you, the reading option is the textbook, the digital textbook. We don't use it very often, so I like to go through this. Whenever you're reading and you see something in blue, that means it's a link. So if you're reading about Mendel and you want to know more about him, all you have to do, I'm going to open it in a new tab, is open it up and it takes you to a new page about it. Just about Mendel on here. And look, you can watch, do more reading, watch a video on Mendel. So keep that in mind. If you don't remember what a chromosome is, just open it up and you will be able to learn about chromosomes or review chromosomes different ways. So it's a really cool interactive textbook that I wish we had used more throughout the school year. So 2 options for a video, 1 reading option. Choose at least one of these for each topic. Okay. Now, you may decide that you still don't understand Punnett squares by watching Amoeba Sisters, so you might want to go through the reading as well. So feel free to do more than 1 for each topic, but at least 1, and take notes. I don't have a guided note sheet because it's hard to go back and forth with PDFs, I think, when you're trying to watch something on the video and try to take notes and split the screen and stuff. So just take notes on a piece of paper. And then upload your screenshots on this page. Now, if you do want to take it digitally, that's fine too. Just screenshot it and upload it. So once you dive in deeper to the science here with the explanation, the explain section, then you're going to elaborate. Now you're going to go back and explore Punnett squares a little bit more and do some practice. It's an interactive. You answer some questions, insert screenshot here. And then you're going to elaborate with pedigrees and do the same thing. So I try to tell you in blue when you have to do something. And then finally, I've put some vocabulary terms that at this point you should know by the time you get to slide 10. On slide 11, It's review and practice. I have 5 different review and practice games. Now slides 12, 13, and 14, and 15. This is the kind of big ideas, the takeaways. Here's the deal. I'm going to do another screencast later on of the big takeaways. So I'll have my own, I guess, explain section. I'm not going to spend time here, but if you beat me to it, there is a way you can also download it. So you don't have, and this right here is what I have on these 4 slides. So if you'd rather look at it in the PDF, you are more than welcome. And then you can also annotate it if you want. And then finally, at this point, I should be able to check for an understanding. We have not done any kind of really check for understanding or assessments. This is going to be one of those. There is a link here. There's nothing there if you click on it now. It's not going to be able to access until May 1st at the earliest. I went ahead and put the link there, though, because when you open this up, it becomes yours, okay? And then you won't be able to see answers or scores until everyone's completed it. It will be in locked mode and timed. I know you'll have your notes, and that's fine, okay? We've done notes before, but I'll talk more about this right before May 1st. And then lastly, we are going to have a research project that's going to be due on May 13th. It's a genetic disorder assignment. Again, it's not there yet. Okay, if you go there, you're going to see that there's 1 sentence. It's more of a placeholder so that when it's ready, you can just go into it from here. It's going to be looking at symptoms, inheritance patterns, percentage of people that have this, the evolution of this disorder, the current treatments of this disorder, things like that, and you'll be able to do that into a presentation of your choice. Okay, so you'll get that later on too. So 17 and 18 are to be following. So hopefully that helps you understand how to work through this. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will help you the best I can. Cheers.